everyone, this is Jayanti Mishra, and today in this video I'm going to talk about the time management strategy for non-working student for CBIT. This is the very much talked about topic from every student, whether they are working or non-working. So we have made separate videos for each one of you. People who are working, they can go and watch the other video, and people who are non-working, they can stick to this video. In this video I'm going to tell you what you need to do and how you can manage your time. You can customize my plan as per your own convenience. At the end I will show you an example. If I'm a non-working student, how I will be managing my time throughout a week. So a weekly plan will be there, and you have to customize it as per your own self, or if you feel like that also goes with you, you can just stick to that also. So it is completely on you how you want to adapt to the plan. Now, before we start for the time management strategy, let me be very clear that you have two phases, phase 1 and phase 2, that will overall decide whether you are going to appear for the interview or not. And you remember that along with phase 1 you have to give your English descriptive exam, which is the part of phase 2, but you have to appear for that exam in phase 1 itself. So if you pass the phase 1 subjects and the English descriptive, then only you will be allowed to write the phase 2. Together English descriptive and IT coding paper will decide whether you are going to appear for interview or not. After the interview, 85% of the weightage from the phase 2 and 15% from interview will overall decide final merit and your selection in CBIT. Now, how to handle the phase 1? So I will suggest you to work on 2 points. Identify your strength and weaknesses. Identify which subjects are strong, which subjects are weak for you, and the subjects which are weak, are they crucial or non-crucial for the preparation. So for, let's say, English, reasoning, cons, GA, they are for paper 1, phase 1. So I have written English, reasoning, cons as crucial and GA as non-crucial. Why? Because there is no sectional cutoff to be followed for GA explicitly. All these 4 are for 100 marks, and you have to get minimum 30 to get into the sectional cutoff, right? So if you are strong with English, reasoning and cons, this particular use case is valid for those who are good with English, reasoning and cons. They can try to give low priority to GA. But if you are not good with English, reasoning and cons, any one or any 2 subjects are weak, then you have to prepare for GA as well, so that you manage the 30 marks easily out of 100 for the phase 1, right? Now the IT phase 1 paper, this is very, very, very crucial, and you have to stick completely. You cannot leave anything, and you have to prepare for it completely. Now, what these red and green signs are for, you have to make similar sort of matrix, and you have to give a tick or a cross depending upon your subject strength and weakness. So if you are good with reasoning, you give it a tick. If you are bad in cons, you give it a cross. So you have to make an initial mapping in which subject you are strong and in which subject you are weak. And then you have to prioritize the time for the subjects in which you are not so strong. Right? You have to make your weak portion as strong in order to beat the competition. Now, similar thing you have to do for your phase 2. You have to identify your weakness and strength. For English descriptive, you have to be very crucial. Algorithm, OOPS, string manipulation and data structures, all these are topics which you cannot left untouched. Okay, so you have to do the same sort of exercise with the tick and the cross. And then later on, we will decide how to tackle these red and the tick marks. Now, what, when and how to do. So what you need to do for phase 2, because that is the most critical part, you have to work closely on your algorithm sections, OOPS, string manipulation, data structure concept. These all concepts will also contribute to phase 1. So these should be your very first priority for phase 1 and phase 2. When you have to do it and what sort of number of codes you have to write on a weekly basis, this particular tile is for that only. So if you are a frequent coder, which is the case 1, you have to practice before phase 1 at least 10 questions on an average. If you are a non-coder, that is again the case 2. It is written as case 1 here. Sorry for the typing mistake. But the case 2, where you are a non-frequent coder, what you need to do, you have to get the hands-on on the language which you are choosing for your phase 2. Once you get onboarded with the language, then you go and attempt the 10 questions on an average in a week to prepare yourself for the coding part. Now, how to do it? You can have several sources. Source one can be the LeetCode. Whenever you want to fall back on any sort of exercises or any sort of question you want, you can completely fall back on LeetCourses. Restrict yourself up to the easy and medium level difficulty questions. Don't go for the higher level difficulty questions. Now, source 2 should be iXambi content, the questions which are given in the live classes and the PDFs for the practice. If you are exhausted with 1 and 2 source, then you can go out on the internet and can do whatever you want, but make sure you have to complete everything what is there in the source 1 and source 2 as per these particular things, and then you can choose whatever you wish for from the internet. Right now, how you have to divide everything, how you have to manage. So you have to identify how much time you have for your studies, because you are a non-working student, so you might have plenty amount of time, and that is a good thing and the bad thing as well, because when we have a plenty amount of time, we lack the time management. We feel like we can do it tomorrow, we can do it in the next hour, and things get postponed. So you have to identify how much time you have for studies. Now, whatever time you have for studies, you can divide it in 3 sections. Phase 1, paper 1, which is the QRE, GA, English descriptive and coding, and also there should be a separate section for the paper 2, which is for the phase 1. So you have to divide your time as per as strength and weakness. So this is completely on you how you want to divide it, all the 3 things, right? Then you have to track your weekly progress and keep clearing backlogs in the crucial subjects. So all the subjects which are crucial for the selection, you have to track whether you are on track or not. Are you lacking or you are running behind your average goal or something like that? You have to clear the backlogs. For example, let's say if for a non-working student, they have 5 hours daily. Every non-working student can at least have 5 hours daily for their studies. If as a non-working student, you cannot manage 5 hours daily, then just check on you. There is something wrong. You have to get at least 5 hours. This is the bare minimum you have to contribute if you are a non-working student. And I'm taking the bare minimum. It can be 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours as well, depending upon how disciplined, how serious you are for the studies. But at least minimum 5 hours are manageable for each one of you who are non-working students. So now overall it comprises 35 hours in a week. So all these 35 hours should be divided as per your strength and weakness, and add revision for each subject for 10 hours. So out of these 35 hours, you have to reduce 10 hours. That will give you 25 hours. So 10 hours are for revision, whatever you are reading, because revision is also one of the very important thing. And being a non-working student, you have plenty amount of time to revise also. So 10 hours for the revision. Now we will divide the remaining 25 hours between all these things which are shown on the screen right now. English descriptive and English, reasoning plus GA, quants plus GA, coding and IT phase 1. So whenever you are studying reasoning and quants, you can stuff some sort of GA stuff and can get GA ongoing as well. So what we have here is like the division of the subjects with the timings. So you can give sort of similar time to each one of the subjects apart from coding, because coding required a lot of practice. So for coding, I have given 9 hours here. For IT phase 1, 5 hours, English descriptive and English 4 hours, reasoning and GA 4 hours, and quants and GA 3 hours. In this case, my strongest part is quants. So that's why I have given it as the lowest amount of time. You can reshuffle the hours and can decide on your own self, but this should be the template which you should be taking for the time management strategy as a non-working student. Okay, so I think I was pretty much clear with the idea of time management, and you have to make this sort of matrix and paste it wherever you study, so that you get to see it every time and you don't create any sort of backlog, and you stick to the schedule and the aim that you have given to yourself, right? So this was all from my side for this video. I hope I was very clear and you got some sort of help and an idea how to manage your time for the SEBI IT. If you like this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to never miss an update from our side, because we will keep bringing more strategy related and the concept related videos in the further in the upcoming days. So you should not miss anything, and if you don't feel it like important, you can skip it. But what if there is something important and you missed it? So there should be no chance that you are left behind, and for that you should be updated regularly. So that was all from my side for this video. See you in the next video. Till then, keep practicing and stay updated.